And judging by the quarter and raised outlook from Sonos after Wednesday's close, a whole lot of people are building some pretty epic home theaters during the pandemic. Sonos said sales rose 15% in its first fiscal quarter, earnings up 58%. Joining us now for a first on Yahoo Finance is Sonos CEO Patrick Spence. Patrick, good to see you as always here. This is the second quarter in a row you have told investors you have reached an inflection point in your business. Sales up 15%, operating margins up close to 1,000 basis points. What in the world are people buying, and are these results sustainable?
They're buying everything. We had a strong performance right across the portfolio. And when I talk about inflection point, it really goes to the fact that the number one driver of new homes coming to Sonos and new customers is people that have existing Sonos systems telling them. And we've seen that really work as a flywheel here, where people are telling their friends and family, they're coming into Sonos, and they're buying all of the new products that we have. You did mention home theater. That's a big category right now, obviously, with a lot of the streaming video companies doing first run movies going straight to home. That's been huge. So that's been a particular area of strength. But right across the portfolio, we saw some incredible sales in our fiscal Q1.
I was a little bit surprised, Patrick, to see that the strength of the margins and the sales, because the last time we spoke, you were seeing some product shortages, just not able to make enough products given the crush of demand. We've seen a lot of companies do this or experiences lately. Peloton comes to mind. Have you seen any lessening in those product shortages?
Our team has done an incredible job. I mean, on its own face, it's an incredible job. But in the face of the pandemic and all the challenges that have happened across supply chain that you guys talk about all the time that we've seen, our team has just stepped up and done an amazing job. So to deliver, beyond the expectations we had for the quarter, when there are component shortages, container shortages, port delays, COVID, and people catching COVID in the supply chain, is just tremendous. And I'm so proud and thankful of the work our team has done. And, there's still lots going on in the supply chain right now. But our team has done a great job just trying to balance everything, making sure that we've got some safety stock here and there. We're still a little behind on 3 products, as we mentioned last night, and we hope to have those caught up by the end of this quarter.
Patrick, I just want to ask about guidance and really just the ability to be able to issue it. We've talked to a lot of companies who haven't been able to do that for several quarters, really since the pandemic began. And I'm just curious, you mentioned some of the challenges that you're seeing in the supply chain and getting things in stock, but it does seem like enough of it has leveled out that you are able to, at least offer some guide map publicly that you're comfortable putting out there.
Yeah, it's a great point, Miles. I think over the last 3 quarters, we've really learned a lot. We've shown a lot of resilience. And so we feel comfortable being able to look to the future. We also know our roadmap quite well. And so we have a good feeling around that. We're in close contact on one side with all of our supply chain vendors and our manufacturing partners, and then on the other with our retail partners and everything there. And so we feel very good about where we are. We do have an advantage, again, because of our system and the fact that 40-ish% of our sales come from existing customers coming back and buying more. We almost know that that's going to happen as well. And so we do have an advantage, I'd say, over most hardware companies in the way that we have better visibility as we look at the future. But it looks like an incredible year to set up a even more incredible long-term future.
Patrick, it's Julie here. How big is the market overall for smart speakers? I mean, when I think about Sonos, I consider it a premium product. It's certainly not an inexpensive product for most Americans, most people globally for that matter. But on the flip side, I've been surprised at, say, how something like a Peloton has seen the penetration that it has had at the price point that it is. So how do you think about that?
I really think that it's something where if you create an amazing experience, people are looking for something better and they will flock to it. And, I think the audio market in general is about $60 billion a year. We've just produced guidance which shows about 1.5 to 25 to 1.575 billion. So we're just a small sliver of the world's audio market today. So we feel like we have a huge opportunity in front of us. It's not just smart speakers, it's home theater, it's the components that we do through our installed solutions partners who are installing systems in wall, in ceiling at homes as well. And we think there are a lot of categories for the future that we can play in that we don't play in today. So there is a huge opportunity ahead for Sonos.
Patrick, we're talking to a lot of leaders today, really get inside their minds, and you're the first one up here. So what is your biggest challenge on the leadership team this year?
Definitely how we manage through a period where we have everyone at home. They've been working like crazy. I think all the CEOs I talk to too, really trying to be thoughtful about how we support our people through this period. And that's been one of our top 3 priorities, is really supporting our people, making sure they have what they need. They're not burning themselves out as we go through this. So we're trying to make sure that we keep some of the special aspects of our culture going as well. We did a lot of in-person events, no surprise, music, concerts, some of those things. How do we bring those to a virtual world? How do we make sure that people are thinking about it as a marathon, not a sprint in this period? And so that's the thing that right now is definitely top of mind for me and my team.
Patrick, I have 30 seconds left. What percentage of your workforce will be back in the office? Are you going to bring them all back, or are you envisioning a hybrid workforce?
So we've already given guidance to our people that the earliest we'll be back is September 1st. We wanted to make sure parents, can manage the summer and everything that happens there. I think we'll see a lot of flexibility, Brian. So we build physical products. There'll be people back in the office, but people as well will have the flexibility to work from home as well. So I think you'll see us trying to do everything we can to, again, support our people and make sure that they have kind of the flexibility they need to get their jobs done.
All right, we'll leave it there. Sonos CEO Patrick Spence, good to see you, and good luck on your March 5th Investor Day. Looking forward to some long-term targets.
You bet. Thanks, Brian.